And actresses walking away with the Emmys last night were not the only winners. Of course, there were plenty of stars who wowed on the red carpet. And this morning, we're going to take a look at some of the most popular fashion trends.
And Detroit Restaurant Week is underway, and a chef from the block is here this morning to cook us something up that you'll be able to find on their special menu.
Looking forward to that. Of course, we're also going to talk with our wellness expert, Cassie Sobelson, on how improving your mind can also help improve your overall health. But first, we do want to get to our red carpet review from last night's Emmy Awards, and that's why we brought in our good friend, fashion trend expert, Mariana Karos this morning. Thanks again for
great
joining
to see you,
us.
ladies. We're going to talk fashion.
No,
I'm excited.
There were really some cool trends last night. One that I noticed involved chains.
Oh, yeah. You know, that was the one that I think most of the fashion people are going to be talking about.
Okay.
Because it was a detail that was, even though only on about 2 or 3 of the celebrities wore it, it was really so new and incoming. And we did see it at the New York collections last week during Fashion Week, too.
I think this is Claire Danes. You could see it at the top of her. And I love the color of that dress. It's like a purple.
Yes, and that's from a Prada. And, you know, there was a lot of buzz about that dress because of the distinct chain links that were on her straps and then around the back of it, which was really interesting. Did you ladies like it?
You know, I thought that it was all right. I liked the color. I'm always a big fan of color on the red carpet. It wasn't my favorite silhouette, per se. I don't know. What did you think?
I like the big chain. I don't feel like we've seen really heavy-duty chains in such an elegant way in a while without it looking more like rockerish. This was really elegant.
I agree, Anne-Marie. And as a detail, it was so noticeable. So it really, from a fashion statement, really made it.
Here's Taraji P. Henson.
Now she was wearing Alexander Wang, and he made that specifically for her, although on his runway show prior, just last week, he showed a lot of chain link detail. So I thought that it was great that she really brought this out and wore it because it was almost right off the runway from the collections, which were getting so much buzz.
Absolutely. And we do want to show you Kerry Washington, obviously an ABC favorite from Scandal, working the mesh.
Oh, yeah. Now, that was from Marc Jacobs. Again, that was right off the runway. So it was really nice that the timing of the Emmys was immediately following the New York runway shows because so many of the celebrities were styled by their stylists from a lot of these gowns that really made a lot of fashion buzz.
She said that one, you know, added a breeze in all the right places on such a hot Emmy night.
She never misses a beat, though. I think she always looks flawless.
I do, too. I think she looks beautiful. And the heat on that runway, I mean, they all talked about it. So a lot of those dresses, I mean, I really give them a lot of credit because I can't imagine trying to stay so beautiful with your hair and makeup and then, you know, all those long, heavy gowns. Yes.
No, so we saw a lot of one shoulder, too. That's kind of a style that's coming back. We saw it a few years ago, coming back. So take a look at some, like Lady Gaga. She looks stunning last night.
I thought this was beautiful. This was by Brendan Maxwell, and what I thought was gorgeous about this is because she didn't really have any accessories.
She's unusual.
Yes, and usually, you know, she is really known to shock us on the red carpet. And I thought what was great about this was that she was elegant, she was really beautiful, and a lot of people are talking about the fact that she's going to start emerging into an acting career, so she probably wants to be taken a little bit more seriously. So I think that may have been the reason for that. Now this with Taylor Schilling, this was by Stella McCartney. And what I really liked about this dress, it was the color. You know, because on the red carpet we were seeing so much black, and I thought that this really gave a pop of color and just the beautiful sheer chiffon fabrication of it, but also just that one shoulder. It was a string that really pulled all the fabric together, and I thought it looked beautiful on her.
Very delicate.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus was another that we saw with that one shoulder look, but she was in black. I loved that yellow, but she looks stunning in black. I feel like she's one for the darker colors, and it just really suits her.
I agree, Anne-Marie, and I have to tell you, it was the perfect dress to really complement and show off her form and her figure.
And she has a great figure.
She has a beautiful figure, and I think that that one shoulder, and it was a different way to do the one shoulder. It wasn't just that Grecian drape. It kind of went into a sweetheart neckline and then into the one shoulder, and really, really hugged her body, which I thought was beautiful on her.
Really was. Another trend we saw last night, the kind of all-over glitz, if you will, and you were saying this earlier. Describe that for us. We see Jamie Alexander here, one of the actresses who was sporting this Armani Privé gown.
You know, I have to tell you, when I saw her on the red carpet, I gave her so much credit because just her walking out there, I could feel how heavy
Right.
that dress was.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. And then when you saw it, when she presented on stage, the lights from the stage really hit all of the beautiful ombre shades of that. And I thought it was a great introduction to fall with all of those beautiful fall colors, the emerald tones, the long sleeve.
I know she had those long sleeves. I was like,
Oh, my
wow.
God. And it was stunning on her. I thought it was a beautiful choice by Armani Privé.
Sure. Another one is Regina King. She showed off the glitzy trend with this dress.
yeah.
And do you know this designer, Krikor Jaboshan?
You know, I'm not really familiar with the designer, but I'll tell you, when she went up to accept her award, her dress really made a statement for me. If you notice, the back of the dress went all the way to the back of her waist. It fit her perfectly, but all of that embellishment, just beads and bugle sequins and all different paillettes really pulled together, made it the most beautiful dress. I thought it was gorgeous on her.
Sarah Paulson, another one. She had a blue and black Prabal Gurung dress. I hope I said that designer right. What do you think about this? Now, this is just off the shoulder.
This is off the shoulder. I love the black with the navy and again the Oliver glitz, but that silhouette that she's wearing where it is off the shoulder a little bit was another trend that we saw emerging. A number of people wore them where it was off the shoulder, so it had a feel of being a strapless dress, but I thought a new trend element, which I really liked. And that off the shoulder sometimes I think is a great silhouette for people to wear that sometimes they don't want to expose all of their arm.
Right.
I like to recommend wear something off the shoulder. It still shows your décolleté, but it has more
Really
of a
good
strapless
advice.
look to it.
All right, well, we're talking about Sarah Hyland here. She looks stunning.
She was my favorite, and she was your favorite
This
too,
was my
wasn't she?
favorite too.
Oh, my
Again,
goodness.
here's that whole idea of the off the shoulder, which I thought
Yes.
was just a beautiful gown. This was by Zach Posen, and she's also wearing the newest trend color that we're going to be seeing this fall, which is the burgundy, the claret shades. So she was really emerging with a very strong color and
Lovely.
that silhouette. I love it.
I
with
was blown away when she walked out, for her interviews and everything. I was like, nailed it. Yeah, immediately my favorite.
They custom made that color, I heard her saying as well. She wanted something a little bit different.
Yes,
That
which
is
was
perfect.
stunning on her. Now,
Yeah,
this
that
is
plum.
Emma Roberts.
This was my pick for best dress. I couldn't
She looks
get
stunning.
between her and Ellie Kemper, but I just thought she looked so classically beautiful. She was dripping in diamonds, that old Hollywood. I love that
That's a good choice, Anne Marie, and I
That's
thought
my
the color was very pretty on her too. And again, that silhouette where it's just the deep V, then it's cinched in at the waist. It's a very feminine, very glamorous old Hollywood look, as you mentioned it, which is a great way to describe it.
Yeah.
And I thought it really looked very different. I didn't see a lot of that on the runway, so she really made a statement.
And it looked light, like it was probably comfortable to
Yes,
wear.
yeah, where it's now this,
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I thought this was beautiful. Here, what I loved about this gown was the ball gown effect of it. I still like that whole look where it's really very glamorous. It's a
Right.
very full skirt, but the colors here were beautiful. Where she had the purples or those shades of blues and navies and purples mixed together, really combined with that satin fabrication. I thought it made a real statement on the runway, and I thought she looked beautiful too.
Not everybody can pull that off.
No, that's a hard
That's a
you have to be
big, full
tall,
skirt.
and she
Right.
is.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it probably had pockets because usually that's my
Yes.
favorite little
That's the
trend
best.
detail with a fuller
With the
skirt.
lipstick
and I know
in there.
a lot of the and a lot of the celebrities have mentioned that too. So.
Well, Mariana Kiros, our fashion trend expert. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Always
always
so
a
much
pleasure
fun.
having you on. We'll be
Thank
right
you.
back with